What is going on, you guys? My name is MurfsGaming, and I am back with a brand new video featuring the Snapshot grenade from Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Now, what we're going to be doing is taking a look at the different effects that this grenade has in-game. We're also going to be taking a look at some of the ways to counter this grenade, and we're going to be evaluating some of the things that this grenade cannot do. Now, before we begin this video, I just want to give a big thank you to those who have stayed subscribed to this channel over the past 2 years, where I've pretty much uploaded nothing. I do apologize. I have been in school, but now I'm out of school, so I do plan on making a lot more videos and posting to this channel much more frequently. So please, if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe, and it helps me out if you leave a like on this video. Also, go ahead and comment below telling me what kind of content you would like to see on this channel. If you would prefer to see more strategy guides such as this, or if you'd like to see more comedic videos like I've done in the past, please let me know and I'll make it happen. But enough of all that, let's go ahead and get into the video. So for those of you who don't know, the Snapshot grenade is a brand new piece of equipment to Call of Duty overall. What this does is it highlights players within its blast radius for about 1.25 seconds. The radius seems to be about 15 meters. So with this, it's going to penetrate any surface within the radius, so players don't necessarily have to be within line of sight of the grenade when it goes off. This will work through smoke grenades. Smoke grenades do not seem to have any effect to counter this, and players that are within that radius will be highlighted at the detonation. So as soon as that grenade goes pop, you will instantly see them through the wall. However, if a player dies while they are tagged during that second, their highlight instantly disappears and they are removed from the radar, so that way you don't have any false tags appearing on your screen. Now, the next effect this grenade has is it will ping enemies on the minimap. So the dot itself that appears on the radar will last for approximately 3.92 seconds, a little less than 4 seconds, and this dot obviously lasts significantly longer than the highlight does through the wall. However, this dot does not move whatsoever, so although you'll be able to see the players moving through walls, you will not see the dot reflecting their current position. Players within the radius during the detonation will appear in a radar sweep. This is a little bit delayed, and that kind of helps with why the dot is on the map for a little bit longer than the highlight. So what that means is anyone who is in that radius is not going to appear instantly on the radar, but they will appear instantly through walls. So when you are hit with a grenade, you will glow red for a short period of time, and the word spotted will appear on your screen. This stays on screen almost as long as the dot appears on the enemy's radar, from what I noticed, just to kind of give you a sense of how long they are seeing your current position. Something interesting I noticed while testing this grenade was that verticality does not seem to matter for pinging enemies on the radar. So what this means is that when you throw the grenade extremely high, it will not highlight enemies through walls, but it will still show them on the radar. This is incredibly useful for making sure that there aren't any enemies nearby, even when you're in very high up buildings. So like I mentioned before, the effective range on this grenade seems to be about 15 meters. The way I tested that was using the domination flag and the in-game measurement on the map shoot house. And in my opinion, for a tactical grenade, this is extremely strong, especially for something that can see through any wall. And the detonation on this works spherically. It's an omnidirectional grenade, so you can throw this at your feet in maybe a 1 to 2 story building, and you can get a very good view of anybody in your general vicinity. You can get a very clear heads up if anyone's going to be coming near you anytime soon. So I would say this is a very strong tactical equipment, and this should not be underestimated. And I kind of wanted to throw this in here. If you throw this grenade at any lethal equipment, it will blow it up instantly. So kind of a side usage for this grenade if you have no other options. So I wanted to talk about some of the things that this grenade cannot do, and I want to dispel some of the myths that are out there right now. So first, it does not spot equipment through walls. It will not spot equipment even within line of sight. So this is not going to leave any sort of highlight. This will not leave a radar ping. This will not leave a hit marker whatsoever unless you throw it directly at the equipment. Otherwise, this is not good at all for detecting anything that's on the map other than enemy players. Although this grenade can destroy lethal equipment if you throw it directly at it, it will not detonate the equipment just by being in the vicinity and rolling around or flying up in the air. So you have to make a direct impact on those pieces of equipment if you want them to get destroyed. Otherwise, it will not make them go off. It will not make the Bettys fly up in the air. It won't make a Claymore go off. It won't do any of that. Now, the last thing I want to mention this cannot do is it cannot destroy field upgrades no matter what. Do not waste this trying to blow up a munitions box. Even with a direct hit, this will not do any sort of effect. So now we're going to transition into ways that you can counter the Snapshot grenade, and the first and very best way to do this is by equipping the Ghost perk. This makes you immune to the effects of the grenade, although you will still leave a hit marker, so the enemy will still be notified if they hit someone who is using Ghost, so they will still know if you're somewhere near them within that 15 meters, but they will not see you through walls, and they will not see you on the radar at all. So this is a pretty good counter, and this is by far the best way to avoid those effects. I also wanted to add in that any explosive will destroy the grenade. So if you have a frag, if you throw a Semtex, if you detonate a C4, or if you shoot a rocket at it, all of those will work in destroying the grenade. So although rockets can't lock on, they can still manually blow up the grenade. So besides using those explosives, the best way to counter this with lethal equipment would be to use the thermite grenade. The thermite's detonation and burn effect will destroy the grenade, so as soon as it hits the ground, it will destroy it, or if it's already going and the snapshot grenade rolls through, it will get destroyed. Now, sometimes the game likes to glitch, and it will show the snapshot grenade still whirring up in the air and detonating. However, the enemy does not get the hit marker, and you still get the points for destroying that equipment. Now, probably the worst lethal equipment to use would be the Molotov. So if you throw those, they will destroy the grenade upon detonation. So only when they're first thrown is when they can destroy that grenade. But the burn effect does nothing. So if someone throws a snapshot through the fire when it's already lit, it will not do anything, unlike the thermite that does have that lasting effect. So this is really hard to do. This is pretty unrealistic for countering the grenade. But again, if you have no other options, this can work, but it's very unlikely. I did test the EMP drone, and I found that it does cancel out the grenade, but again, this is really hard to do because you have to be so precise with your timing. I just tested this for the video, but in realistic situations, this probably would never happen. I also tried shooting the grenade, and at first I didn't think this was a way you could destroy it because it was extremely hard to get this clip, but you can shoot the grenade. Even here, I'm using a shotgun. I had to aim down sight, so you've got a bunch of pellets trying to hit this thing. It's extremely hard to do, but it can be done. I wouldn't expect this to save you from the grenade going off, though. So finally, the best way to counter this grenade, other than using the Ghost perk, would be to equip the trophy system. The trophy system is amazing at countering this grenade. Not only does it stop the grenade from hitting you, but if the thrower is somewhat close, they will instantly be marked when it gets close to the trophy system, so it will show them through walls. This acts exactly as though you threw your own snapshot grenade. This is hilarious when it backfires. Only the person who threw the grenade is going to be marked, however, not any of their teammates, and this effect is only visible to you. It's not visible to your entire team. The trophy system can survive 3 of these snapshot grenades, so I would say this is a very viable option for countering these if you're having a problem with a lot of other enemies equipping these and you're always getting tagged, but you want to run something besides Ghost. So I would say this is a very good secondary option. Now, I wanted to bust some of the myths on ways that you could counter this grenade, and what I decided to try first was testing both the EOD perk and the cold-blooded perk. Neither of those do anything against this. This will not reduce the duration of the grenade or anything. These are totally useless against the snapshot grenade. The only perk that will work is going to be Ghost. Next, I tried testing the riot shield and deployable cover. Neither will save you. They are totally useless. Please don't try to do this. You will still be seen through walls, except now it's even easier to see you through a wall if you're holding a riot shield. So neither of these are good options at all. Next, I tried destroying it with throwing knives. They don't seem to destroy the grenade. Even here I show that, to me, this looks like it was spot on, but we tried this many, many times. We were not able to destroy the grenade. If you're able to, please let me know in the comments, but otherwise, I'm going to say that this is impossible to destroy with a throwing knife. If you can, again, I would not consider this a very good usage whatsoever. Something I was a little surprised to see is stun grenades don't do anything against this. In a recent update, they did make it where stun grenades can delay claymores from going off, but I figured they would also help with either reducing the effects of the snapshot grenade or maybe destroying it, but no, it does absolutely nothing. And good luck trying to melee this thing. It doesn't seem to have any effect against the grenade. We tried this many times. We failed every single attempt. Even if it's possible to destroy this grenade, it's probably too high up by the time you even notice it going off. I wouldn't consider this a way to counter it. Now, what are my final thoughts on the Snapshot grenade? And as you can see from the thumbnail of this video, I think it's incredibly strong. I think this is a very good piece of tactical equipment, and especially when you've got the restock perk on and you can get a new one every 30 seconds. I think this is great for you being able to throw it at your feet and ping enemies through walls without needing a direct line of sight, which is something I did not even know this did until I started the testing, and they actually don't show this effect in the little tutorial video. I would say this is a very strong piece of equipment, but it is easy to counter using just the ghost perk. Otherwise, if someone's not using the ghost perk, I would say it's a little difficult to counter this grenade. If someone is quick enough to throw a thermite at it, or someone just so happens to have a trophy system out, that's great. But other than that, it is kind of tricky to counter if you're not using Ghost, and using Ghost takes away from a lot of other great perks. So that's why I say this is a very good piece of equipment. I would not underestimate this. I run this on a lot of my classes, and I encourage you to do the same. Alright, so that's going to wrap it up for this video. So once again, I want to thank you for staying subscribed to this channel. I do really appreciate that. I also want to thank you for taking the time to watch this, and let me know in the comments what you think of these kind of videos. If you'd like to see more, or if you'd like to see something else, please let me know. I do plan on uploading much more frequently to this channel, so I would appreciate your feedback. I also would appreciate it if you would leave a like on this video. It really helps me out. It helps this channel grow, and if you want to see more of this content, just let me know. Also, let me know if there's any other kind of games you'd like to see featured on this channel. As you can see, I mainly do Call of Duty videos, but I am not opposed to doing any other games that you guys would like to see. So again, leave that for me in the comment section below, and I'll catch you in the next video.